Today's video is all about chicken. And really, that's what we use up the most around here. So if you're looking for some new dinner ideas, you're in the right place. Hey y'all, I'm Valerie, and welcome to my kitchen. In today's video, I'm sharing 5 dinner recipes, using chicken. And let me tell you, they are delicious. Okay y'all, let's get started. This Cajun dirty rice casserole was absolutely delicious. To make it, you'll need a 14-ounce package of smoked sausage. I sliced mine into coins and then each of those in half again. I threw it in a large skillet and let it cook on about medium heat until that sausage started to get brown. Okay, that's got some good color on it. Now we're going to add in an 8-ounce box of Zatarain's dirty rice. Now we're going to cook this up according to the package directions. And this one says to use the rice mix along with 2.5 cups of water. So if you happen to use a different package of dirty rice, you'll want to cook that to the box instructions. I gave that a stir and then let it come to a boil. Then I turned that heat down to a simmer, covered it, and let it simmer for about 25 minutes until that rice was tender. Now if you want, you can transfer all this to a large bowl to finish out the recipe. But since my skillet was large enough, I just removed it from the heat just to get it off that burner and set it over to the side. Now we're going to add in 1 can of cream of chicken soup. Campbell's does sell an unsalted version, just in case you're worried about the sodium. I'm also adding 1 cup of sour cream, about a cup of shredded Parmesan cheese, and 2 cups of cooked chicken, and you can either shred that or chop it up. Now you're going to stir all that until it's well combined. Now we're going to head over to the counter with it. I'm using a 9x13 casserole dish for this. Make sure you spray it with nonstick spray. Then you're going to dump in that sausage, chicken, and rice mixture. After you get it in there, you're just going to spread it out and smooth it out into an even layer. Now to finish it off, we're topping it with about 3 ounces of French fried onions. And you can really use however much you like here. I just wanted to tell y'all, I really appreciate you being here. It really means a lot to me. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for taking the time out of your day to watch my videos. Now this casserole bakes at 350 for about 30 minutes. Now I will say this does not look pretty, but it was delicious. We all loved it, but my nephew Logan had a fit over it. So, Aunt B, if you're watching, that's my sister Aunt B. She don't like anything too complicated, so this one's only 7 ingredients, so super easy to make and so good. Also, this will be a good one to make if you have to take a casserole to a potluck or something. This Cheddar Bay Chicken Alfredo pizza is about to blow your mind. We're going to start out by making the crust for this pizza. You'll need an 11-ounce box of the Red Lobster biscuit mix. I did use the rosemary, garlic, and Parmesan, but if you want, you can just use the regular. Add that to the bowl, and then you're going to set that little seasoning packet to the side. We'll use it a little later. Now I'm pretty much following the directions on the back of that box. I added 1/2 cup of shredded cheddar cheese and 3/4 cup of cold water. And you don't want to overmix this. You just want to mix it just enough to where it starts to come together and form a dough. I'm using a 10x15 baking sheet. I think it's like a jelly roll pan. I sprayed it really good with nonstick spray and then I poured in that dough. And then you're going to spread it out to completely cover the bottom of that pan. Now if you happen to not have a 10x15 pan, I haven't tried it yet, but you should be able to do it on a sheet pan and just not go all the way to the edge. And I will say, you do have to work at this a little to get it to spread out. I tried wetting my fingertips, but I ended up having the best luck with an offset spatula. Or you could even try laying a piece of plastic wrap over the top and smoothing it out that way. Now this is going into the oven to bake
at 425 for 10 minutes. And at this point, it's still not completely done, but we're going to add the toppings and then bake it for a little bit longer. Now in a small bowl, you're going to mix together that seasoning packet from the biscuit mix along with 4 tablespoons of melted butter. And you're going to brush that mixture all over the top of that crust. Now instead of pizza sauce for this pizza, we're going to add half a bottle of Alfredo sauce. I just kind of eyeball that. You're just going to pour it on and then spread it almost all the way to the edges. By the way, if you're enjoying this video, I would really appreciate it if you would give me a thumbs up. It really helps me out and it lets me know you want to see more videos like this. Okay, I got that all spread out and now it's time for the toppings. First, we're going to sprinkle over 2 cups of shredded mozzarella cheese. Now you can use rotisserie chicken for this, but I seasoned up 8 ounces of boneless skinless chicken and I sauteed that up in a pan. And then I sliced it up into small pieces and then added that on here. Next, you're going to add about a half a pound of cooked and crumbled bacon. If you want to make this even easier, you can just use a package or 2 of those real bacon pieces. Now I'm topping everything with 1 more cup of shredded mozzarella cheese. You could even also do Parmesan on here, that would be really good. Now this is going back into that 425-degree oven for 12 to 15 minutes until that cheese is golden brown and bubbly. This was out of this world good. It was cheesy and that Cheddar Bay biscuit crust gave it a lot more flavor, and that bacon and Alfredo sauce just took it to a whole new level. I just kept this simple and served it with a little side salad, but this was so good. I cannot say enough good things about it. So I'm telling you, I really think you should give this one a try. I think you'll love it. Now I did eat mine with a fork. I cut it into squares, but you can pick this up and eat it like a pizza. I gave it a 10 out of 10. Next up is a simple and easy chicken Alfredo tortellini. I'm starting out by boiling up a 19-ounce bag of frozen cheese tortellini according to the directions on the back of the bag. And this one only takes 3 minutes. While that's cooking, we're going to move over to a large skillet. I added 1 pound of boneless skinless chicken that I cut into bite-sized pieces, along with a couple tablespoons of oil. Now we're going to add some seasonings. I did half a teaspoon each of salt and pepper, and 1 teaspoon each of onion powder, paprika, and Italian seasoning. Now I'm just stirring this around and I'm going to let it cook until that chicken is completely cooked through. Now when that chicken's done, you can go ahead and add in 2 tablespoons of butter. I let that melt and then I added in 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. You're going to stir that around and let it cook for about 30 seconds or so until that garlic becomes fragrant. After that, you can go ahead and add in that cooked and drained cheese tortellini, along with a 15-ounce jar of Alfredo sauce, and I did add a little bit of water to that jar to make sure I got everything out. Now I'm adding about half of a cup of cooked and crumbled bacon. Then we're just stirring it until it's all mixed together and everything's combined. And to finish it off, we're going to top it with a 1.5 cups of shredded mozzarella cheese. I covered that and let it cook for just a few more minutes until that cheese was completely melted. This was really easy to make. I just kept it simple and served it alongside some steamed broccoli, but you could even serve this with a side salad. This was delicious. It came together in only about 20 minutes, so it'd be perfect for those busy weeknights. Do y'all like super quick and easy dinner ideas? If so, let me know in the comments below, and I'll definitely get some more to you. These $1 million chicken roll-ups were amazing. I'm starting out with a large bowl. I added about 1/3 cup of cottage cheese. Next, I'm adding about 2 ounces of softened cream cheese. Now we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of sour cream. And for the seasonings, I added about 1/4 teaspoon each of onion powder and garlic powder. And I'm telling you, my girl Sammy Mae has me hooked on this black garlic. And the Badia Complete. That wasn't in the recipe, but I decided to add some anyway. Now we're adding in 1 3/4 cup of cooked shredded chicken, along with 1/2 cup of shredded cheddar cheese. Now to stir all this really good until it's all mixed together. I'm grabbing a cutting board here just to put these roll-ups together. You'll need 1 1/2 of the 8-ounce cans of refrigerated crescent rolls. If you can find the small cans, you can use an 8-ounce can and a 4-ounce can, but I can't seem to find the 4-ounce cans where we are here. Now you're going to separate those triangles and then add on a scoop of that chicken mixture. And if you want to, you can lay out all 12 of those triangles. Sometimes I find it a little easier to do it that way to make sure I get all that mixture distributed. And you're just going to fold those 2 large corners over, covering that mixture, and then roll it up. And most of the time I tend to overfill these things. But you just want to get it all wrapped up so that mixture don't come out. And I'm telling you, they do not have to be perfect. And now you'll continue until you've used up all those crescent rolls. Or at least all 12 you're supposed to use for this recipe. Now I'm placing all 12 of those into the bottom of a 9x13 baking dish. Then we're going to push that to the side and make up a quick mixture to pour on top. In a small bowl, I mix together 1 can of cream of chicken soup and 1/2 cup of milk. Now you're going to give that mixture a really good whisk. So apparently I missed it when I was reading the directions. I was supposed to bake these rolls at 350 for 10 minutes before I poured that cream of chicken soup milk mixture over the top. But good thing I hadn't gone too far yet, so I threw those in the oven for 10 minutes. And as soon as they came out, I just poured that mixture all over the top. And just to make sure I got all those tops covered, I just used a spoon to spread it evenly over everything. Now this goes into the oven to bake at 350 for 25 to 30 minutes, or until it's bubbly and golden brown. This was absolutely delicious. I've had the regular chicken roll-ups, but this was my first time trying the $1 million chicken roll-ups, and I'll definitely be making them again. I just served these with some green beans, but you could serve it with some broccoli or even the nor rice sides. They were delicious and we all loved them. This low-carb prosciutto wrapped chicken was a new favorite. To begin, you're going to need some chicken tenders. I just used boneless, skinless chicken and I cut that into tenders, and I ended up using 12 tenders. You're also going to need prosciutto. I use the Great Value brand, but next time I think I'll splurge a little and buy a little bit better. And the recipe called for slices of mozzarella cheese. I just used a block and cut it into pieces. You just want to cut it into kind of like little cheese sticks. And before we wrap these up, we're going to season them with Italian seasoning. And feel free to add any seasonings you like here. Now I'm topping each of those little chicken tenders with a little strip of mozzarella cheese. You know, you could even just use cheese sticks here, the little string cheese, mozzarella cheese. Now we're going to take a piece of that prosciutto and carefully wrap a piece around each of those tenders. And when I laid it back down, I made sure I set it to where that cheese was on top and that chicken was on the bottom. And you're just going to continue until you've got all that chicken wrapped in prosciutto. By the way, do y'all enjoy seeing low-carb dinner ideas? If so, I'll share more. The recipe said to place these on a rack, so I used this little thing that I use in my convection oven. The recipe said that this helps it to get crispy all the way around. I got all those chicken tenders wrapped. Now this is going into the oven to bake at 375 for 20 to 25 minutes. And you can turn the broiler on for the last minute or two to get them nice and crisp. These were so good. I just kept it simple and served it with some steamed broccoli and Fiesta corn casserole that I had left over. I'll link the video for that below in case you missed it.
I really hope you enjoyed this video. You may also like these. Don't forget to subscribe down below for more easy recipes, and I will see you in the next one.